Okay, good morning, students. Today our topic of discussion is fractions and ratio. Today we will learn how we can use fractions in our real life. Okay, so we will look into some examples. Okay, so as you can see, example 1, it says that 5 2/5 of 120. Okay, so basically it's a fraction. Okay, so by using that fraction we will find out that what should be the 2/5 of 120. Okay, so what they have done here first, 1/5 of 120. Okay, so basically 1/5 of 120 means basically we are dividing 120 by 5. So 120 divided by 5, which is 24. Okay, now we have in the numerator side we have 2. Okay, if you look at the example first, it's 2 by 5. Okay, the question is 2 by 5 of 120. So here 2 is the numerator and 5 is the denominator. Okay, so as 5 is the denominator, that's why we have divided 120 by 5. So 120 divided by 5 is equals to 24. Okay, now we have the numerator 2. Okay, and the relationship between the numerator and the number 120 is multiplication. Okay, so 2 multiplied by 24, which is 48. Okay, if we look into another example, it says that 5 find 3/10 of an hour. Okay, find 3 by 10 of an hour. So we all know that an hour means basically 60 minutes. Okay, so 1/10 of 60 minutes is basically 60 divided by 10. Okay, so they are doing part by part. I mean the question is 3 by 10. Okay, so 3 is the numerator, 10 is the denominator. So as they are doing 1 by 10, so they are just taking the denominator first. Okay, so denominator will always be divided by the main number. Okay, so here the main number is 60 minutes or 1 hour or 60 minutes. So basically we are dividing the 60 minutes by this 1 by 10. Okay, or you can just say 10. We are dividing 60 by 10. So we got 6 minutes. Okay, by using the denominator. Okay, now it is about to use the numerator. Okay, so the numerator is 3 here. Okay, so then we need to multiply 6 with 3. Okay, so 3 lots of 6 minutes is equals to 3 into 6, which is equals to 18 minutes. Okay, so 3/10 of an hour is equals to 18 minutes basically. Okay, let's move on to another topic. Okay, today we will also learn about equivalent fractions. Okay, so what are basically equivalent fractions? Any fraction given in the world, okay, it has something equivalent to that fraction. Okay, suppose here the question says that find an equivalent fraction for 2 by 3. Okay, so here the given fraction is 2 by 3. Okay, so what we need to do, we just need to find out the equivalent fraction of this. Okay, how can we do that? Okay, so the basic rule for equivalent fraction is that you need to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by the same number. Okay, so if you look closely here, it says that the fraction is 2 by 3. Okay, so as they're looking for the equivalent fraction of this fraction 2 by 3, so they are trying to multiply both the numerator and denominator by the same number 4. Look at here, this is the fraction 2 by 3. Okay, so they are trying to multiply both the numerator and the denominator with the same number, which is 4. Okay, so 2 4s are 8 and 3 4s is 12. So the equivalent fraction of 2 by 3 is equals to 8 by 12. Okay, the thing is that any fraction has unlimited number of equivalent fraction. Okay, unlimited means like infinity. Okay, why? Because we can multiply any fraction by any number in the world. Okay, here they have just given some examples, but we can do more. Okay, so another example here is like same example but different number. They're using the different numbers. So here it's the fraction is 2 by 3 again, but instead of 4 they are multiplying both the numerator and the denominator by the same number 5. Okay, so 2 multiplied by 5 in the numerator side, and in the denominator side we have 3 multiplied by 5. Okay, so 2 into 5 is 10 and 3 into 5 is 15. Okay, and one more interesting thing is that in terms of equivalent fraction you can write all of them up together as equally, like 2 by 3 is equals to 8 by 12 is equals to 15 by 15, and on and on. Okay, if you just want in your exam, like you will be asked like write down 2 or 3 equivalent fraction of this fraction. You don't need to like find out all the fractions in the world. Okay, you will be just asked to find out maybe 2 or 3 equivalent fraction of the certain fraction. Okay, here they have given another example, example number 4, that find equivalent fraction for 21 divided by 42. They have given another example, but here they are doing the division. You can also do the division, because multiplication and division are they are the opposite of each other. Okay, you will be getting the fraction, equivalent fraction of the same fraction. Like if you understand just by looking at the example, the fraction is 21 by 42. Okay, so here 21 by 42, we have to divide. The thing is that the rule is same, that whether you multiply it or divide it, you have to do it with the same number, and for both the numerator and the denominator. Okay, this is the rule. So in terms of division, 21 by 42, so you have to divide both numerator and the denominator by the same number. Okay, here if you look at the example, we are dividing both the numerator and the denominator with the same value, which is 3. So 21 divided by 3 and 42 divided by 3. Okay, but it has to be divisible. Okay, the thing is that you cannot divide this fraction by any number. Like you cannot take like 2, because you cannot divide 21 by 2. Okay, but you can take divide 42 by 2. Okay, but you won't get an equivalent fraction, but you will get in terms of like mixed fraction or something. So it is always better to take the divisor, okay, by which you can divide both the numbers, so that you can get a good result. Okay, so here is 21 by 42, so we are dividing both 21 and 42, I mean both numerator and the denominator, by the same number, 3. Okay, so 21 divided by 3 is 7, and 42 divided by 3 is 14. Okay, so you can even take another number. Like here they have taken after doing this, they have got 7 and 14. Okay, after getting 7 and 14, they are dividing it by 7 again. Okay, not again, they are taking another value, like they are dividing both the numerator and the denominator by the same number, which is 7. Okay, so 7 divided by 7 is 1, and 14 divided by 7 is 2, so it's half. Okay, the thing is that you can also take this 7 at the very first moment. Okay, like here they have taken 3 at the very first phase, but you can also take 7. Okay, if you would have taken 7 here at the very first phase, it would be like 21 divided by 7, the answer will be 3. Okay, and 21 is 42 divided by 7, the answer will be 6. Okay, so there is no such limitations যে তুমি কোনটা নিবা বা কখন নিবা, ঠিক আছে, যে কোনো ডিভাইজার হলে you can take it at any time. Okay, okay, then we will move on to our next topic. It is about simplest form. Okay, so the thing is that you will be given some fractions, okay, and you will be asked to express that fraction into the simplest form. Okay, so like if you look at these examples, it's 30 by 45. They have given a fraction. Okay, so what you need to do, you need to represent this fraction in the simplest form. Okay, so this is very easy. First thing first, what you need to do, you need to find out the factors of the numerators and the denominators separately. Okay, I think we have already discussed about the factors in our chapter number 1. Okay, so factors of 30 are, you will just find it out, whatever the number is, you will just find out the factors. Okay, so here the factors of 30 are 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 15 and 30. We have got certain factors. Okay, so we are done with the numerator. Now it's time for the denominator, which is 45. So factors of 45 are 1, 3, 5, 9, 15 and 45. Okay, so now we are done with the factors of the numerator and the denominators. Okay, now it's time to find out the highest common factor. Okay, HCF, we have already done it in the very first, in the very first chapter. So here the HCF, or the highest common factor of 30 and 45, is 15. Okay, so we have got our HCF. Here it is 15. So what we will do now, we will just divide both our numbers, like 35 and 40, both the numerators and the denominators, by this HCF. Okay, so 30 divided by 15 and 45 divided by 15. Okay, it is very easy. Okay, just find out HCF and divide both the numerator and the denominator by the same number, which is HCF here. Okay, we have to divide it here with this HCF 15. We cannot divide it by any other number. Okay, so we have to divide it with 15. So 30 divided by 15 and 45 divided by 15, and then our fraction is 2 by 3. Okay, so the simplest form of 30 by 45 is basically 2 by 3, and this is the answer. Okay everyone.